Hey, I'm Bobby with Thread. Super excited to be hanging out with Jared from Raven today. Jared, thanks for being here.
I'm happy to be here.
Man, I am so excited about our partnership working together. You do such cool stuff. Tell us what Raven is.
Well, the short version is Raven is an entity that we've created to help MSPs bring more automation into their environments. So we partner with a lot of the major tools that we have here in the industry, and we leverage those tools to drive better results for MSPs.
Dude, how needed is that? Like, how we're at IT Nation right now, by the way. There's so many vendors here talking about AI and automation. It's like a ton of the sessions,
Right.
and like people just one don't have the bandwidth for it, and two, like how do you even approach it? And that's where you guys
Yeah,
come
I
in,
mean,
right?
so there's a bandwidth limitation. There's sometimes a skill set concern, right?
Sure.
You know, as a former automation engineer for an MSP in the past, I can tell you firsthand that some of my time was spent building automation, but most of my time was spent managing internal tools,
Yeah.
working ticket escalations, helping train technicians.
Yeah.
You know, so it was a very mixed role that what really impacted our ability to build anything cool or do anything super innovative. So.
Man, so when you think about like some of the stuff that you're doing with MSPs right now, like is it getting like end-to-end workflows put in place? Is it education? Like,
It's all over the place. You know, one of the most common things that we hear all the time, automating user onboarding and offboarding processes. We do a lot of work to handle billing reconciliation, reaching out to all of your SaaS vendors, getting Microsoft license accounts, things of that nature. We've even taken a step further and helped MSPs analyze their agreements and their solution stack and find additional sales opportunities to grow their business with their existing customer base.
dude, that is awesome. Well, I'm a little biased, but I'm very specifically excited about how you're helping MSPs utilize Thread with other automation tools to get end-to-end zero-ticket closures, right?
Yeah, well, you know, so the thing that drove us to use Thread honestly had nothing to do with a partnership at first. It was we needed a solution to help us better serve our customers. You know, since most of our partners are MSPs, they're already working in Teams or Slack or other Discord kind of chat communication methods. So having the ability for our team to directly engage with those customers exactly where they're already working was a huge game changer. I mean,
Totally.
how many years have you seen people not respond to those automated ticket emails that come out of your PSA systems? Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
But when we're working through Teams already, we're getting almost immediate feedback. So that's absolutely helping drive that ticket resolution to a much faster close time. On
Yeah,
top
and
of that,
it's not just the resolution time. It's like the magical experience, right? It's
right?
like, get to the ticket. That's behind us right now. Like, tickets force such bad communication and ultimately partnerships.
Right.
And so, we're not getting rid of the ticket,
Of
but we're
course.
automating all that really basic stuff.
Yeah, like I think about the challenges that we'd have over the years with classifying tickets, properly prioritizing tickets, dealing with upset partners that we're working with because that human might have missed that little bit of syntax that was in their original email that made this a high priority item versus a low priority item.
Yeah.
So having things like Thread that will help us handle automatic prioritization, automatic ticket categorization, it helps give us a much more consistent, reliable experience.
Yeah. One, some of this stuff is so new for us, like the customer facing AI triage where it's asking them questions. Like, we've been blown away how fast we've been able to build an end-to-end magical experience that we feel good
Right.
about. The phrase that I've been telling people this week is an end customer chats, it opens a ticket, our AI goes back and forth, serves up a fully triaged ticket to your team, or kicks it off to a automation tool,
Right.
an RPA tool, does the work, comes back, ticket closes. You've built some of that.
So that's like, okay, I'm pretty excited about this, all right? We now have a world where our customers can directly message us. The AI can interpret the intent of what that message is. And then based on that intent, we can send that through a webhook into other RPA solutions and actually completely resolve the issue without ever having any human involvement. So great, we have a new user. How many times do you have a situation where your client neglects to tell you that that employee is starting today?
Yeah.
And now you have to scramble to pull a resource. Well, we can automate all of that. They send the message through the chat. Hey, we have Billy Bob in sales that starts tomorrow. Cool. We know he starts tomorrow. We've got a first name, we've got a last name, we've got a department. we can feed every bit of that into a workflow and set Billy Bob up right now.
That's wild. Like, how do you even put that into an ROI when it's like zero touch, right? Like,
Well, so there's so many aspects of ROI to consider. You have the cost that it takes for a human to do all of those things, right? You have the cost in terms of having somebody dispatch that ticket to a person.
Yeah.
You have the cost when you have to deal with that human error that comes and the SOPs that weren't followed entirely.
I think that piece, I think, has been one of the most surprising of people are like, well, is this going to be as good as how I'm doing it now? And it's like, well, actually, it's way better.
Absolutely.
Like, we're seeing prioritization way more accurate,
Right.
categorization way more accurate. And when you're using these automation tools, you don't accidentally put someone in the wrong group or onboard them with
right.
the wrong permissions. Like, it's automated.
Yeah, I mean, the beauty of the automation is it's finally that one employee that will always execute flawlessly.
Yeah.
They will always do what you have told them to do. They're never going to ask for a vacation. They're never going to ask for a pay raise.
Yeah.
They're never going to ask for a sick day.
Yeah, man. It's so those people can go do better work.
Absolutely.
Like, technicians are spent doing so much basic work that they hate, that no one wants to be doing. And that's what we're taking off the table.
Yeah, like when I got into the MSP space about 15 years ago, I was really an intern, and my entire job was to handle lease swaps. We'd get, 80 machines from Dell every month, and I would go grab the old ones, pull the drives, wipe them, image the new ones, plug them in. Okay, sure, I learned a little bit from that, but it was a really, really repetitive process.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to grow my skills until I got to take away that repetitive work and do things that actually challenged me.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing for any of our techs today. We need to take away the repetitive tasks and give them the ability to do work that will challenge them, because their skills will grow and they'll be happier. And you'll have a better, stronger tech team as a result.
I love it, man. Hey, well, if you are using an RPA tool, if you're doing things with automation and you need help, you're struggling, you want to know more about it, you're not doing anything and you want some help, Raven Automation is the company to use for it. Jared's crushing it in the space along with your team, and we're excited to partner with you guys.
It's not Jared, it's all the team.
That's
None
right.
of this would exist without the great team that we have behind us.
It's awesome. Well, super excited to work with you guys.
Same here.
Thanks, Jared.